Welcome, you curious learner, to another deep dive. Today, we're unpacking a fascinating stack of sources all about the British royal family.
Yes, and these sources, they're really buzzing. We've got health updates, some surprising insights there.
Right, and ongoing personal battles, legal fights, too. Even some, well, new beginnings.
Indeed. And our mission today, really, is to try and cut through all that noise. Find the important nuggets.
Explore what it all actually means, both for them and, for us watching.
Exactly. We'll touch on everything from, say, the King's health reflections, which are quite candid.
To Princess Kate's recovery journey. That's been challenging.
And the complexities, the family relationships under all that public pressure.
Okay, let's unpack this. Right, so first up, these royal health journeys, they've really captured a lot of attention, haven't they?
They really have. Starting with King Charles III. He's been remarkably open about his cancer diagnosis.
Yeah, I saw he recently told a royal fan, Lee Harmon, I think it was, at Newmarket.
Here's the one. He said he's feeling a lot better now.
And then he added, it was just one of those things, which is quite a way to put it.
It is striking, isn't it? Especially for such a major diagnosis. What do you make of that approach?
Well, it feels like a deliberate signal, maybe, resilience, but also maybe downplaying it slightly for the public.
Could be. It's definitely a big shift from that traditional royal way, the never complain, never explain thing, especially about health.
True. And Buckingham Palace, they did give an update back in December, didn't they?
Yes. A source told NBC News it's a managed condition. Treatment set to continue into next year.
But despite that, he's keeping up a pretty busy schedule, him and Queen Camilla.
He really is, which I think sends his own message. It's not just duty, it's showing stability, perhaps, even with a personal challenge going on.
And he's also reflected quite deeply on it all back in April at that reception for cancer research.
Oh, right. He acknowledged how tough a diagnosis is, called it daunting and at times frightening.
But then he said, for him, it kind of brings into sharp focus the very best of humanity.
That idea that darkest moments can be lit up by the greatest compassion. It's quite profound, really.
And he made a point of thanking the healthcare workers, too. That public thanks from the king, it feels significant.
It absolutely does. It sort of normalizes a scary experience, offers solidarity, and, that connects to what Princess Kate has been sharing, too.
Ah, yes, Kate Middleton's recovery. She finished her chemo back in September, right?
Sure. And then announced remission, I think it was January 14th. She said it was a relief.
But she's also been honest that it's not just over. There's this after phase she talked about.
Yes, exactly. During that visit to Colchester Hospital, she said recovery isn't as easy as it may seem.
Explain how you put on a brave face through treatment, that stoicism.
Right, and then you think, okay, treatment's done, back to normal.
But actually, she said that phase after is really, really difficult.
That's such a vital insight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it counters that idea that you just bounce back immediately.
Totally. It highlights the mental, the emotional side that lingers.
And she stressed relying on loved ones, having someone to help talk you through that.
Guide you through that post-treatment phase. It really underlines how important support systems are. Something most people can relate to, I imagine.
Absolutely. And it seems clear she's still navigating that balance. Public duties versus personal recovery.
Yeah, Kensington Palace confirmed she pulled out of Royal Ascot. Disappointed, but still figuring out that right balance.
Understandable. And they also skipped the Easter service again, right? Second year running.
Yep, spent it privately at their place in Norfolk. Seems like a clear choice to prioritize health, family time.
It really shows the pressure, doesn't it? Recovering like that, but under such a public microscope. And that public pressure, well, it links to Prince Harry, too, in a different way.
Absolutely. Prince Harry's been dealing with some major things. His legal fight over security in the UK, for instance.
Right, that ended May 2nd. The High Court dismissed his appeal for additional protection.
Which wasn't just a legal thing. It had real personal fallout for him, didn't it?
It seems so. He reportedly told the BBC he was devastated.
Yeah.
Said he can't see a world where he'd bring Meghan and the kids back right now.
Wow. That really highlights how security isn't just abstract, it's a practical barrier. A barrier to coming home, essentially.
Definitely shapes his ability or willingness to connect physically with his family in the UK.
And speaking of family, the relationship with King Charles sounds strange.
Yeah, the sources say Harry stated his father won't speak to him because of this security stuff.
Which is complicated, but Harry also seems to want reconciliation,
That's the interesting part, yes. He said the ball is in his dad's court.
implying it's up to Charles.
Seems so. He said this whole thing could be resolved through him.
Hmm.
And then that quite poignant line.
About life being precious.
Life is precious. I don't know how much longer my father has. It hints at that human desire for connection beneath all the public drama.
It really does. Okay, so beyond security, there was also the tabloid lawsuit.
Ah, yes, the settlement with News Group newspapers.
Right.
That was back in January.
So, The Sun, news of the world. He sued over alleged unlawful actions by journalists.
And he reached a resolution. It included substantial damages.
And importantly, a full and unequivocal apology from them.
Right. They acknowledged extensive coverage and serious intrusion into his life, and Diana's too. That feels significant, potentially setting a precedent.
Yeah, it could impact how others challenge press intrusion going forward. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about some new chapters, roles, personal news, a different side of things.
That's good. Like Queen Camilla's historic appointment.
Oh, yes. Just before her 78th birthday, Vice Admiral of the United Kingdom.
From the Royal Navy, yes. And she's the first woman ever to hold that honorary title.
That's quite something. Appointed by the king on the nomination of the first Sea Lord.
It really is groundbreaking, a clear sign of her evolving role and maybe broader shifts for women in those top circles.
And then there's Meghan Markle. She made a return to social media, didn't she?
She did. Launched a solo Instagram page on January 1st, first personal one since before the wedding in 2018.
Feels like a strategic move. Taking control of her own narrative online, perhaps.
Quite possibly. And then, just a day later, she announced that new Netflix show.
With love, Meghan. What's the focus there?
It's described as reimagining lifestyle programming, blending practical how-tos with candid conversation with friends.
Interesting. So, a very deliberate step into building her own personal brand.
Seems that way. Leveraging her platform in a new direction.
Okay. Also in the news, a promotion for a royal aide, Jason Nauf.
That's right. He was announced as the new CEO of Prince William's big project, the Earthshot Prize. That was mid-April.
Now, the timing is interesting because this comes, nearly 7 years after he made that bullying complaint against Meghan Markle.
Yes, that context is definitely noted in the sources.
And it's important to remember the conflicting viewpoints there. The Sussex's spokesperson called the original allegations a calculated smear campaign.
And the Buckingham Palace investigation back in 2022. It concluded, but they never released the findings publicly.
So you have these very different narratives around the same past event, which happens a lot in these high-profile situations.
Absolutely. Now, shifting from professional news to something more personal. New life.
Ah, yes. The Duke and Duchess of Westminster. Hugh Grosvenor, who's King Charles's godson, and his wife Olivia.
They announced back in March they're expecting their first baby this summer.
That's lovely news, a reminder of, continuity and the next generation in those circles.
Definitely. And speaking of the younger generation, Prince George was out and about.
His first public appearance of 2025, apparently?
Yes, he went with William to a UEFA Champions League soccer match in Paris, early April.
Just a dad and son outing, a glimpse of normal life amidst the royal duties.
Exactly. But our sources also cover moments of reflection and, unfortunately, loss.
Yes, some sad news, too. The death of Luxembourg's Prince Frederick.
Terribly sad. He was only 22. Son of Prince Robert and Princess Julie.
Died back in March after battling a rare genetic disorder, mitochondrial disease.
Just heartbreaking. A young life cut short. It really brings home that royalty doesn't shield families from these human tragedies.
His father said something quite moving about him, didn't he?
He did. He said part of Frederick's superpower was his ability to inspire and to lead by example. Speaks volumes about his impact.
Another lost mention was Graham Craker, a former royal bodyguard.
Yes, he passed away in April, age 77. He'd worked for William and Harry, among others.
And the connection there. He was with the princes when they learned about Diana's death.
That's the poignant detail. He was with them at that awful time, and he was involved in her funeral services. He even recalled William acknowledging him during this funeral procession.
Wow. Those behind-the-scenes bonds must be incredibly strong.
They must be. And on a more personal note again, for Meghan Markle, the loss of her dog.
Oh, her rescue beagle guy, adopted back in 2015.
Yes, he died in early January. Her tribute on Instagram was very heartfelt.
Said she'd cried too many tears to count, thanked him for years of unconditional love.
It's that universal connection we have with pets, isn't it? The grief is very real, whoever you are.
Absolutely. And finally, Prince William also faced a personal loss, mourning his former nanny's stepson.
Right, Edward, Ed Pettifer.
Yeah.
Stepson of Tiggy Legborg, who's now Alexandra Pettifer.
He was tragically killed in that New Year's Day terrorist attack in New Orleans.
Awful. William shared his shock and sadness apparently on Kate's Instagram stories, sent thoughts and prayers to the family.
It just shows another side, doesn't it? These personal griefs playing out, even for royals, sometimes very publicly, reminds you of their shared humanity.
It really does.
So when we look at all this, what does it all mean? We've seen this family dealing with huge health challenges, leading to some deep reflections.
Navigating really complex legal battles, both public and private, celebrating new life.
And mourning significant losses, too.
And what's so striking, I think, is how all these incredibly personal things, cancer, family estrangement, grief, are happening under this intense, relentless public gaze.
Which really brings up a big question, doesn't it? For us, for you listening.
Exactly. Consider this. In a world obsessed with perfectly curated images, especially from public figures,
What does the royal family's, well, increasing transparency about their struggles, their vulnerabilities, what does that teach us?
about public duty, maybe? About personal resilience? Or even about our own expectations of people in the public eye? What stands out to you about their ongoing journey?